The Event, a science fiction thriller series by Melanie Ann Phillips. Episode 14, Managing Money. It was, of course, understood that no matter the price agreed upon between the libraries and the etchers, it was unlikely any money would ever change hands. All parties committed to the project out of a sense of duty that reached out beyond being just to one's vocational or religious affiliations, to embrace a sense of responsibility to humanity as a whole. What they did now might affect the future of our entire species. From a practical perspective, e-commerce was getting increasingly difficult. The vast majority of financial transactions in the modern world were carried out electronically over the Internet. Internationally, though some digital traffic was routed through satellites, roughly 99% of it was passed through a complex network of undersea cables ringing 6 of the 7 continents, primarily just offshore. Direct connections between continents, however, such as those between North America and Europe, were carried almost instantly by nearly 20 fiber-optic transatlantic cables stretching thousands of miles under the water. The original transatlantic cable went live in 1858 and was intended for telegraphy and spanned the ocean from Newfoundland to Scotland. It failed after just 3 weeks of operation, but was quickly replaced by other more successful attempts. The first modern cable, THE-1, went into service almost a century later in 1956, and was intended for intercontinental telephone communication, but due to advances in technology, it was decommissioned in 1978. When the event interface left Wales and Cornwall and plunged into the sea, it instantly severed all direct Internet traffic from the United States and Canada to all of Europe. Automatic systems quickly rerouted signals to go the long way around, but capacity was rapidly exceeded, leading to slowdowns and logjams. Consumers in stores worldwide, frantically trying to purchase supplies, most of which were to vanish anyway, became increasingly frustrated and anxious when their card payment could not be confirmed, leading to localized violence and a general run on the banks. Cash reserves were quickly depleted, though those with foresight realized that within a few short hours printed paper money would disappear as easily as the books in the Vatican Library, leading them to demand payment in gold coins and, when those were gone, to take their currency to the nearest coin shop and exchange it for minted precious metals at exorbitant premium prices. What they did not know was that the testing team of the Interdisciplinary Committee had already determined that while natural gold nuggets, or natural deposits of any metal, remained uncorrupted in the event zone, all smelted metals disappeared. This information was wisely not divulged publicly, and governments around the world frantically considered how to maintain their wealth once their digital funds and precious metal stores simply ceased to be. The United States, possessor of the world's largest smelted gold supply held in the Federal Depository at Fort Knox, was faced with the need for immediate decisions before the damning test information made its way out. Ultimately, several plans were put into action simultaneously. First, Treasury agents were to procure, through any means necessary, all available natural gold from dealers, museums, and collectors. Government accountants had made the case that while such quantities would barely register as a fraction of the reserves at Fort Knox, it would still likely be the largest sum in the world once everyone else's smelted stores had vanished as well. Second, the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, responsible for overseeing almost 250 million acres of federal land, nearly 1/8 of the country's landmass, was charged with procuring title to all major gold-producing deposits by purchase, trade for other lands, or through eminent domain, and to secure them before the event arrived. Third, it was recognized that while gold would not likely motivate starving people, and resuming mining operations would likely take years, if not decades. The best use of the government's still existing buying power would be to gather massive stores of non-corruptible supplies of food, goods, and construction materials, and stockpile them around the country near population centers where they would be most needed. Ultimately, and in short order, the greatest economy on earth would be reduced to commerce through barter. Read the entire event series in paperback, audiobook, or for your Kindle on Amazon at the link in the video description below. Your narrator is Don Warrick. The event series is written and copyrighted by Melanie Ann Phillips.